Are you ready to fix your golf game? This is going to be eye-opening for you. Today, going to talk about the chin, the head, the spine, and how it all relates. 1000% of every single student that I've ever seen does not have efficient head movement. That is going to be the topic of today. You guys are going to want to stay tuned to watch this, all right? And if you like this, like, subscribe, share. It makes a huge difference. Go to rkswingking.com as well, where I do Zoom lessons, because what you think you do and what you do are not the same. Also, I offer a membership site, which is, I think, a great deal, where you get to send me a couple of videos a week. I see what you're doing wrong. I make a little voiceover for you, and then make an actual personal video for you. And it's just me. I'm a one-man show. All right, so let's get into today's topic about the chin. The head has to rotate. The swing circle center is the seventh cervical of your spine. It's like a little lump in the back of the neck, and if you want to kind of put your hand back there and feel that, that's exactly what stays centered up to a point depending on what swing that you are doing, lead leg, trail leg, or middle. So stay with me on this. So this part of the chin and the eyes will rotate, and do this at home for a minute, and you'll see that when you do this, your weight will go into your right, it'll recenter, and it goes back to your left. It has to do that during the golf swing. If it does not, then your center of mass and your spine will not work the same. Now, this is the easiest way for me to show this, is to put a golf club on your chin. Your chin, your xiphoid process, all the way down to your pubis bone, must stay the same in relationship to the target. So when I'm swinging a golf club, and let's just say, for instance, I'm going to do the compound pivot, which is the right foot rolling a little bit, and the left foot then rolls the club, and the arms go away, and you'll see that the chin and the xiphoid move together at the top of the golf swing. If I put my head back on center like this, now my chin didn't move, now I have pressure on my left, and now I have a reverse pivot. Even though my pelvis is out, even though my weight is on my right, from here my pelvis and my weight is right, but my pressure is left, okay? So when you do this, now the ground is going to push you the opposite way, and now you're going to hit fat or top it or etc. So just when I'm up here at the top, now you can see, look how much my chin is rotated. Now I can still see the ball, but your eyes will always track level and to the right or your trail leg, okay? And I promise you, what I'm talking is anatomically correct. I have seen, and I mean, there is a jackass out there that I saw, literally said, take your left ear and tilt your head. Now, where's my spine gonna go? It's gonna go obviously into my lead leg, but how much pressure? The other part that a lot of people don't understand, and I'm gonna turn this way so you can see this, is the chin here is in line, my ear is in line with my shoulder, hopefully with good posture. And when I stick my chin, my xiphoid, and my pelvis bone back, and you'll see that I'm at about 1 o'clock. Now my spine can move easily from here. Now this is where your neck is not. If I'm up like this, you're gonna have pressure back in the back of the neck, and this is not what you want. And every little inch that you put down and forward is 10 pounds of pressure. So the more that you go over, and the more that you go down, and the more that you reach for the ball, which feels powerful, the more that I'm gonna have somewhere between 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of pressure this way. Now the number one rule for your life and your body is that it wants to counterbalance, and you don't want to fall over, okay? Falling over, gravity hitting the ground, real bad for your bones and your body. So your brain says, okay, if I'm out here, I can't really move correctly, so how is it going to move? It's going to have to counterbalance you. So when you try to move your arms and body this way, your ass is going to go over here and your head's going to go over here. And that's because you're bent over. You can't help but do that. Because if you moved your head and let your butt go, you would literally fall over, just like I did. So posture is really, really, really important. I've done tons of videos on it. All you want to do is you want to have the chin, the xiphoid process, boom, you're going to be at 1 o'clock your spine, and now everything can move. And that doesn't matter if you're doing a trail leg, league leg, or whatever, all right? So this has to rotate, okay? If I have imagine that this was a super, super heavy weight, like a 100-pound kettlebell. And if I did this with my arms and my spine didn't move, it wouldn't do it but once or twice, and then it would pop my back. So when the spine moves, so does the chin. That doesn't mean that the chin moves in front of it either. So it has to move in sequence. So if my golf swing only goes a little bit this way, my chin will only move in sequence with my pelvis, which over here, and my pubis bone here. So you'll see how that works and how that goes together. All right, so let's get back to it. So now this is compound pivot, as you can see. Look how easy that the chin moves from here, right? Now if you are a trail leg player that is really going to have the pressure go into the right, you'll still see, now the nape of the neck will pretty much stay in the same place, but the head moves a fraction more off because that's what loads the right leg more, because it's bent, because the head had to move a little bit off center to do that. Because what trail leg players do, you can see, look what my chin does and here. So now from here, now I can recenter. Well, when I recenter, now my chin is back right in the middle of the body. I hit the golf ball, and you can see how that works together. This never, ever gets out in front of it or stays still. So the number one reason, well, first of all, number one reason why I have a job and golf world sucks is because they've been told to keep their head still. And I already did a video on the left arm, okay? You keep your head still right here, you will not be able to move. And if you try to turn and keep your head still, you'll have a reverse pivot. This is one of the most critical things and never talked about. The only instructor that I've ever heard anything about any part of the eyes rotating like this was Jim McLean, where he said that the head does have early rotation, and it does, okay? But he didn't go into detail 100%, and neither did Mike Austin, etc., okay? But it happens in every great player, and it doesn't happen in every piss poor player, right? So when you're here and you shift and come back, you can see it. Now, what about the lead leg? This gets real interesting when you shift both weight and knees to this leg. You're gonna think, okay, well, my head doesn't move. Now, I'll do this to show you. I push the ground a little left, which pushes the ground right, and you'll see that even my chin and spine has moved, even though I'm putting pressure back into the left, you'll see that my chin still rotates because that is what helps the pelvis go back behind you, even though my weight is going back left, because this is a lead leg throw or swing. You'll see that my chin is here. If I did this lead leg swing and did this, I would never load my weight into my right leg. My chin never moves. So the chin still has to move, whether you are over here or centered or left. So then when I come into the ball, you'll see there's my chin, there's my chin, there's my chin, there's my chin. I can't stress this enough. Do this in front of a mirror, because that's something that's gonna cause a lot of problems. Now, the eyes. If you wear glasses, please only have the big David Duval frame. I'm dating myself if you're a young golfer, right? Because if you do little bitty ones here like this, you will not be able to rotate your chin freely without seeing half lens and half not, and your eyes don't like that shit at all, okay? So when you do this, like this, then it's gonna make you want to keep your eye in the middle of your lens, and that's a reverse pivot. So if you're wearing glasses, I'd rather you know where the location of the ball is. If it's fuzzy, I kind of don't care. But if you have bifocals or trifocals and you're trying to play golf, please get rid of them. It couldn't be more detrimental to your golf game. The only way that you could keep these little specks on and play okay is possibly with a compound pivot and only about here to where the eyes only rotated with the chin about maybe 2 inches at the most, and that's going to be your level of flexibility. And so when you come through, you'll be okay. If you start getting a fuller pivot, which of course everybody wants a fuller pivot, but you can't get a fuller pivot if the chin and the spine doesn't move, okay? So when that moves, now I'm looking at the golf ball out of the corner of my eye. And if you put on some glasses and see that, it ain't gonna like that. So I can't stress this enough. I think this is really crucial, and this is also gonna go into my next video, which I have these new, I think they're BAL on foot sensor pressure with a little iPad. So it's gonna be really cool to see how this is really affecting the spine. And when that affects the spine and the head, that affects the arms, that affects the weight pressure, and not just weight, but that affects pressure into the ground. All right, so I hope that is eye-opening for you, and I hope that helps your golf game. By the way, this video is sponsored by UST. I did not know that shafts could make that big of a difference in irons because my club head speed's kind of fast. I was able to get a recoil shaft, prototype type thing from a UST rep who's been really great to me, and this has knocked my ball flight and spin down, and they'll have a shaft that's right for you. So look up your UST retailers because they're graphite shafts. So I swing upwards of 130 to 140 miles an hour with a driver. You've seen some of my videos with my 7-iron where I'm swinging 115 miles an hour or so, which is, that's as fast as JJ Spawn was, who won the US Open. So you get an idea, and I'm playing graphite shafts because they have more things and more stuff that they can do with them. So anyway, I want to just shout out to them because they've been great to me. So other than that, check out the rkswingking.com and for the Zoom lessons and the membership site. And I hope everyone has a great day.